Hey, everybody. Welcome to Damage Check. It is I, your captain, sitting at the helm once again. I'm joined with the man of mad monies, the king of the cash and cards. I bring you the Doombringer Griffin.
Editing is hard.
That's a new one, though. That was actually pretty good. I think I did pretty good on that one.
It wasn't that bad. I'll give you that.
And then when the dust settles and the rest of us are defeated, Andrew will show up as the Sixth Ranger to also be defeated as well.
God dang it! Every time.
And,
sometimes Andrew goes first. Die. Yeah.
And I, of course, am the captain. As in typical damage check fashion, I will wait about 3-4 minutes before we go to get started. So wait till the 3 or 4 minutes. In the meantime, I believe Andrew has a little announcement.
Yeah. So this past weekend, I went to the SCG store shop tournament for the Bushi Road regional qualifiers for the buy card, and played and won their buy card there in a pretty good tournament. Lots of good players there. And they wanted me to give a shout out to them, to the players I played against. So here's a shout out to Ramiro, who was actually our first Fighters Classic Grand Champion from way back when that we ran. He was playing Mega Colony. Followed by Frankie, who's playing Royals. Ricky, who was playing Spikes, very good Spikes. And David, who was playing Novas, who almost beat my face in and misplayed, and I double crit him in the end for the buy card. So I'm sorry about that, but thank you for the games, and hope to see you all in Atlanta.
Vanguard will fight.
Spoiler alert, he doesn't feel bad about it.
I don't feel bad about it at all.
Just when you thought he'd feel bad, he didn't feel bad. All right. That being said, yeah, so we still got about another minute and a half. It's happy to see you guys. Happy to be here. I'm really tired. I got back from a run, so life is exhausting.
Oh, I say you're doing the jogging thing now?
Well, I ran today. Tomorrow's workout. I'm been doing this for this is week 7.
Oh, like the switch between
yeah, it's 3 day
and
3-day cardio, 3-day weightlifting.
Yeah, nice.
By the way, Ryan, have you been editing on iMovie? I've been curious.
No, I have Adobe Premiere.
Oh wow!
Thanks, work.
Thanks, work. What a hero with Adobe Premiere over here. All right. That being said, I think it is. Oh no, it's not. It's not time yet. I was like, I'm gonna give him another minute. I told him 3-4. Now I'm like at the 2 mark. That'd be wrong. That'd be mean.
That'd be wrong.
In the chat, guess what you won't see in Atlanta? BTO2.
I have no problems with that. I have no qualms with that.
Just you wait. I'll find some deck that uses cards from original BTO2 in premium, and I'll play that in Atlanta. That's what you'll see at Atlanta, BTO2. Let me see here. What existed in BTO2 that's playable in premium? Scarlet Witch Coco. There you go.
That's from BTO2?
That's from BTO2.
Huh.
So is Skydiver. You won't see Skydiver.
No.
Okay, and now with that being said, it is time to officially start Damage Check and get started with these news spoilers and the like. I hand it off to my boy Ryan to start off the spoiler reel as typical Damage Check starts.
Woo. First up is a Dark Regular Grade 2 RRR, Gwyn the Ripper. The boy has returned at long last. Auto, Vanguard Rearguard Circle. When placed, Soul Charge 1. If your soul has 10 or more cards, cost Counterblast 1. Choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it. So, pretty similar effect to what he had last time. He just Soul Charges on place. That's pretty nice. You know, we need as much souls we can get, really. And he's really feeding into the Counterblast heaviness of this deck. Not that there's a real other way to pay costs. So hopefully we don't get too Counterblast happy and we actually get to use some of these effects. Not have to wait for combos and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean I like the card. The card's pretty good.
You'll run it.
It's cheaper than old Gwyn the Ripper, which was Counterblast 2 to retire 1. Now you get a free soul charge as only Counterblast 1.
True. But then again, their boss is Amon. He didn't cost anything. He was just
the Amon cost a Counterblast.
Oh, to use it as retire effect, but not to have his big beefiness.
Oh well, yeah, that was free, but
not to be big and beefy.
That's the only reason you played that card. Was to be big and beefy.
Nah, you could send your own units away and kill other things. It was fine.
I don't know if I believe with that. I don't know if I stand by that.
No.
All
right. Next up is bad Murakumo cards that we're skipping over. You probably won't play those.
Here
we go.
Beasts. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want those. Picasso CB, it's not for me. And all right, so let's cover the big boy, the No Life King Death Anchor.
Oh, here's a big boy, all right.
The VR for Dark Irregulars. At long last, we get the good card. Auto Vanguard Circle, when placed, Soul Charge 1, and this unit gets power plus 2,000 until end of turn for every card in your soul. So that's, I think that's about what he did last time, something like that. And then Auto Vanguard Circle, at the end of the battle that it attacked, if you have 13 or more cards in your soul, cost Counterblast 1 and choose a card from your hand and 3 of your rear guards and put them into your soul. Choose a grade 3 from your soul, write it to stand, and it gets critical plus 1 until end of turn. This boy is quite large.
He is massive, man.
It's very big.
He's a big boy.
So big and huge.
See, 13 plus 26. Yeah, that's a 39k or 38k beat stick swinging at your face.
You're just lucky that you can't, like, technically, if there was some way that you could call dudes out of the soul, you could, loop it.
Oh,
but that's not going to happen.
Funny you mentioned that.
Or Premium Phyto.
Oh, God.
But, I mean, like, this, it's 2 protects, which is 2 more protects than I wanted them to get that turn.
It is true. I might actually need to use all of those markers.
So, like, you're gonna get one on ride, you're gonna get one on re-ride, and dude, that second attack with a crit is going to be rough.
Considering that you can combo this with Demon Eater, assuming you have all of the soul to do so, which you should if you're getting the effect off anyway, you can then make it no Sentinels and a crit and big beefy Demon Eater as well.
Yeah, plus 10k.
Mm-hmm. So there you go.
Needless to say, there's nothing about this card. I honestly just really like. Is it like costed? Yeah, it's pretty costed, but like, it's pretty costed for a really good skill, in my opinion.
Yeah, for a standard like Raging Form-esque effect, this is a fair card. It is fair. You use a lot of resources to get it off, but it also returns quite a bit to you. You get, if you ride, you get 6 or 7 cards to hand, but of course you have to play down cards first to have rear guards and have them put into the soul, and you also have to spend a card to use the effect. So overall, pretty fair. Really not complaining about this at all. I think this is going to be fun. I'm happy that it came out the way it did.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's a potent effect, but not a broken effect. I think it involves it has its own level of balance to it. Plus, I think this is a really interesting card in that it is both a beat stick and it is a finisher. Like it is like you could just like, if you had to, let's say like you for some reason you didn't have the 13 cards in soul and you rode this first. You still get like a huge dude at the end of the day, and you get closer to what you need to do.
Well, and plus he's an auto. He's an auto on attack, and if you don't have the soul and you ride him, you should just get the soul. I mean, we've been seeing that like the soul charging in Dark Regulars has been a little slow, but now that we've seen a couple more single Rs, we're really seeing the engine of that take form. I want to cover one right now just so we see kind of how this is going to go. So next up is a grade 2 Werewolf Seeger. Not the best art, but I guess who cares? 9k grade 2 says continuous Vanguard Rearguard Circle. During your turn, if you have 5 or more cards in your soul, it gets power plus 5,000. And Auto Vanguard Circle, when it attacks a Vanguard, Soul Charge 2. So ride this guy. Do that. He's also a decent beater by himself.
Yeah, you definitely want to ride this guy. Also, yeah, ride
this guy.
Yeah. Ride this guy. There's nothing else to do.
You're going to be running at least 2 to 3 of him, if not more, just because he's a nice beater.
Mulligan for him.
Yeah, no kidding.
Even though he's ugly. Hope that he gets his OR art or something.
Have they announced what ORs are coming?
No.
Okay.
Besides Maka.
I think
besides Maka.
Oh, yeah, Maka's going to be one. That's it, though. That's all we know.
Probably Alice, too, I would guess.
Alice is the one, yeah.
It won't be another Shadow Paladin, so you don't have to worry about that.
What if they did that, though? What if they were just like,
I wouldn't mind some Baku getting an OR.
He's going to get
but he's SVR.
Oh, but he's an SVR. Yeah, you're right.
So it'll probably be Musashi.
Probably Musashi, which is slightly different. No, it'll be Mandala Lord, and everyone will not want that.
Hey, it's like the Assure Kaiser OR, though.
It'll
Hey,
be the
you're right,
Africa
though.
Kaiser of the
There you
set.
go. Yeah, you're right. And I'm gonna talk about the other one too because it's Prisoner Beast. Auto Vanguard Rearguard Circle when placed, you may soul charge 1, and then continuous rearguard. If you have 5 or more cards in your soul during your turn, it gets power plus 2,000. So
yeah, you're gonna want to ride this too.
yeah, probably.
Or
Well,
just call them.
either is fine.
Yeah, I guess either's fine. But I mean, given the choice, I mean, you ride him or call
Why
him,
not?
whatever. I mean, if you have 2, do both.
What's your value?
Just free.
Oh, and let's see. We have a couple more nice spoilers because we have to talk about the Gears VR, which we had before PBT. RIP PBT.
We still don't know if this is the VR. It might be the triple. No, it's the VR.
It's on the cover. It's the VR.
It's the VR.
Interdimensional Dragon Knight Lost Legend.
Oh,
Mr.
hold
Bloody Fight.
on. Stop. I'm gonna cut you off
Why?
because that's part of the. Let's save that for new. No, go ahead. You already started.
We can talk about the rest of it
Dream's
later.
dead. Dream's dead. Go.
Act Vanguard Circle cost, which is choose cards from your hand whose total grades are 3 or more and discard them. Search your deck for up to 1 grade 4 card, ride it as stand, and shuffle your deck. And at the end of that turn, retire that unit, choose a grade 3 card from your soul, and ride it as rest. And Auto Vanguard Circle when wrote upon, cost Counterblast 2 and draw a card. This is a weird card, mostly because we have no idea what its implications are. We do know, and I will spoil this as well, that Gear Chronicle is Force. So, given that knowledge, if grade 4s have gifts, this card is super, super good. It is so value. You can get like 3 Force gifts a turn, which is insane for striding, which makes me think the grade 4s are going to be weird this time, and they're not going to have gifts.
It'd be like giftless grade 4s that you can't be normally ridden or something.
Or normally, well, they wouldn't be normally called, I guess, in most situations.
Right.
But I kind of agree. I'll also say this: like, leave it to the Vanguard community to get like way over dramatic very quickly. Like, the minute that this card was announced, everyone's like, "Oh, strides already!" Like, I'm so done. Like, I can't believe. I was like, "Whoa, we don't know what grade 4s look like. We don't know what they do. We don't even know like." We don't even know how this is all going to interact. Like, take a chill pill. I mean, it's and also it's important to recall that at this is still just one attack.
That is true.
It's still just one attack. It's not like this guy's attacking and then striding and then going back. You're getting 3 gifts. It's super cheap. Like, And remember, these have to come from the deck. So like, and then once they're used, they're gone. Like there's no, and specifically, we don't even know what their grade 4 is gonna do / look like.
Yeah, we have no idea.
For all we know, their grade 4 could be an homage of the trial deck.
on hit bot deck one of your rear guards.
Like this could be like so many like. I'm not too concerned if this is. I mean, the double gift thing is like something to be worried about, or I guess the possibility of a triple gift. Though I really don't think that's going to be the case. Or I think that the gift of grade 4s will be triple drive.
I think that's my prediction as well. Is they're going to have triple drive again? Please, Novell be a grade 4. Please, Novell be a grade 4.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No,
give it to me.
I think. I mean, well, I think it's possible. I honestly do think it's possible that they'll be a grade 4.
He was a grade 4 in the manga.
He was a grade 4 in the manga.
It's also it could be a grade 4.
I don't want that. Actually, I wouldn't mind that. Actually, I really don't care. I just want it because my Royals are in the butts right now, and I need anything to get them.
It just rewrites you back down to Blaster Blade again.
Please, not like this.
But then it gives your Blaster Blade twin drive.
Ooh, no.
10k power forever.
I'd rather just play Dayusha with my double gift and double twin drive. Also, I find it kind of interesting that it gives you when you ride this, it gives you the opportunity to draw the card that you're going to lose when you discard. Or at least like net some of it. Granted, it's a CB2. Like I don't really see like that's a gimme. That's like a that's a like man, you must really need a card right now.
Yeah.
But what if everything else is free?
Unlikely.
Yeah. What if the grade 4s say like when you attack, countercharge 1 or something, and you also get the triple drive?
Then it better not do anything else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if they're like really utility focused and they're just advantage engines?
Like countercharge 1, soul charge 1.
I wonder
like,
what their power will be. I mean, there's a lot of speculation we can go into about it, but I do think at the end of the day that this is not a cause for alarm. Like, this is honestly what Gear Chronicles should. If we go back to the beginning days of G era, like Gear Chronicle was the worst clan with strides in sets 1 and 2 of the G era, and it was the clan that invented stride. Like it was the clan that stride was built to be for. And I think by the second and third set of G era, like Royals had more strides than Gear Chronicle did.
Yep.
And so like it makes sense that it kind of made sense that this would be the mechanic for them. I'm not surprised in the slightest. I'm glad that it's not an extra deck. I'm glad it's coming from the deck. I'm glad they're getting retired at the end. I don't know. There's a lot. I mean, so Andrew, what are your thoughts here?
I think it's really interesting design. Like the fact we're pretty sure that it's not going to be some cheeky thing like, oh, all of your grade 3s get +1 grade in the deck or something, because then they would get triple gifts by like rewriting grade 3s. So it's probably going to be grade 4s, and that messes with your deck ratios. Like Nouvelle back in the day, they had a heck of a time being like, what are my deck ratios going to be? Like, how are we going to run this thing? So it's going to be interesting to see how people sort of design their decks around these grade 4s, depending on how Bushiroad designs this grade 4 thing to look like. I like the utility toolbox sort of thing where, you know, you shove these utility like the old Cray elementals back in the day. You can put them into your deck, and now with this, you can just search them out to stride them when you specifically need them. That could be kind of cool. I like that the design's really open, but that's really it. I can't say more without seeing grade 4s.
And it's also the most important thing to maybe realize is that this is the cover card for Gear Chronicle. This should be their most potent boss. So, like, theoretically, their grade 4 should be weaker than this because it is not the boss card of the set for them. You can assume that it is the VR given that it is the cover, and I can't recall so far in the V era where a card in the cover hasn't been one of the bosses. One of the VRs, I mean.
Right.
I don't remember. It's probably
they've all been the VR. So this is the VR for Gear Chronicle. So like, could there be cards that are better? Questionably. But like, this is their main dude. So you're not going to get another.
Put him on the cover. They would have skipped in the trend.
Exactly. This isn't. Like what I'm saying is like sometimes when they announce a set, they'll give you like a throwaway grade 3 or a triple R. Like this is like just a great like guessing, just to keep you guessing. Like no, this is it. This is their boy. So like this is where all their power hinges is on this card. So we'll see how that turns out for them.
But yeah, super interesting stuff that just it creates more questions than it answers.
It's exactly what they were looking for.
Oh yeah,
why they released it before PBD.
Or anything in ultra rare, or Cyqualia Strife. Anything. God,
right. I think that this is because I think that Bushiroad deep down knew that the player base was really curious as to what in the world we were going to do, what they were going to do with Gear Chronicle, and I think they wanted to answer that question, and they were like, all right, here's what we're doing. It's kind of like Stride, but it's not Stride, but it's kind of like Stride. We're not going to tell you what grade 4s do yet, but
here you go.
Now you have an idea. Like you have something you can mess with.
To play around with.
Exactly. So I'm all right with it.
All right. And we'll do our last spoiler just because this card's pretty interesting. Single R from Shadow Paladins. That's right. It's not PVD. Cursed Lancer. Grade 2, 10k. Continuous. When this card would be called from hand, it must be called to Rearguard Circle with a unit. Auto Rearguard Circle, when placed, costs Soul Blast 1. This unit gets power plus 10,000 until end of turn. If your damage zone has no face-up cards, countercharge 1. So he has to be played. If you want to call him from hand, you have to call him on top of a unit.
Interesting.
Woohoo.
Interesting.
And it's 20k by himself if you Soul Blast 1, and you can also countercharge. So he's pretty utility focused if you just pay the low cost of putting him over something.
I think he'll definitely see some play, to be honest. But
yeah, because there's a lot of cards in Shadow Paladin where it's like call a card from hand and draw a card, right? So you're cycling a card, and in combo with this card, normally when you cycle a card, you discard it to draw. In this case, you call it to the board, and then you have something to call this guy over. So it's essentially discarding a card to draw a card. So it's not terrible.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Also, well, I guess I'll talk about that in a second. So that's it for spoilers. I mean, all these cards that we talked about today, I honestly gave a thumbs up. Like, there's no cards I was disappointed in.
Dan just got some pretty good cards. There aren't too many throwaways because you have to pack so much into one set. Most of the cards end up being pretty cool.
Do we know when we got a booster set 2 delayed 2?
Yes.
When is it coming out?
What EB? Oh, the 19th.
The 19th?
Of October.
Okay, I'm just curious because, like, man, everything in that set is seeming pretty tasty. Like, Pale Moon came out of the other end. Like, I thought Pale Moon was gonna be the butt, and it's not. And then when I saw the Pale Moon wasn't gonna be the butt, I thought DI was gonna be the butt, and then it's not. And then I thought, like, Murakumo is questionably the most butt, but I still really like their boss.
Yeah.
it's still pretty butt though. So Murakumo was probably the butt of the set.
And then, well, actually, dude, I don't know, man. Until I see PBD,
maybe it's Shadows.
Still really.
I'm thinking Shadows could be the butt without PBD. PBD better. PBD has a lot to carry here. The rest of the clan just looks like, look at my kind of okay effect that looks like it belongs in 3 different clans. I can call units. Like, we just have to see PBD. And if he will almost certainly be what this clan stands on. But if he is for some reason not, and Shadows are just terrible, I don't know what there is to be done. I don't see any other saving grace if PBD is not the linchpin of this clan.
I haven't seen a card need to carry a clan so bad since, like, Silent Tom. Like, this card needs to be, like, the next coming of Shadow Paladin Saviors. Like, I don't know, man. Because, like, I mean, which would be kind of funny because as a reflection, it would be just as meh as Royals are. So you get to pick between 2, like, light man, dark man. Like, because I like the Dark Dictator, don't get me wrong. And I mean, I like the cards they have, but I don't see any synergy in them.
What's your winning image?
Like, literally, like, where's the flow? Like, Pale Moon, I'm like, I get it. Like, DI, I'm like, I get it. Murakumo, I'm like, it's a boss.
Like, it's just like Zanbaku and his boys, and then just cards you don't want to play, but you have to.
But really, you just want to get to Zanbaku and his boys.
Yeah, you just need Zanbaku and the boys, and that's your gameplay. That's it.
So, yeah, I gotta wait until we see what Shadows really can do. I don't know. That being said, let's break into the news. So I'm gonna start off here. Yeah, we got a lot of news to cover, and I want to talk about another part about a thing that Andrew had brought up. Actually, I'll start with that. So we talked about the Gear Chronicle spoiler. I want to go back to it for just a second, just to bring up a point that Andrew brought up about deck ratios. This is even more important to remember because they're not going to have stride fodder. So, like, they're like the easy way of getting into the pseudo stride is going to be ditching a grade 3, but you're not going to have an alternative that isn't ditching more cards if you don't have a grade 3 or you've run out of grade 3s. And I think that's an important thing to realize. That's different when your G zone, when your grade 4s are in the deck now. I think that Andrew brought up a good point with that, and I wanted to reiterate that.
Well, consider that since grade 4s are in the deck, you can use one in your hand to send for another one. Does it have to equal
grade
3
or greater?
Yeah. But now you've used, like, let's go into this assumption that this grade 4 is good, but you only get, like, let's say you only get 1 grade 4. Are you really gonna ditch one of them and let's say, like, that's your finisher? Because, like, clearly this guy's not gonna finish anything. He's just
sure.
He's just a dude that he's just a tool. He's not the finisher. Clearly, the grade 4 is going to be the finisher. Or he's going to be a triple R finisher, or he's going to be some kind of finisher. So, like, if you have to ditch a grade 4, you just lost one of your bosses.
I mean, you're right. But what if you have no way to get your cards back into the deck and you can't ride them normally? What if this guy is the key to getting into your grade 4s and you have no other options? Well, then you have a grade 4 in hand. You can't do anything with it. What am I going to do? Drop it for a PG, or am I going to stride with it? You know?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But
it really depends. You're right. I mean, you are. But also consider that Bushiroad has created this card, which seems like they're going to have weird restrictions on grade 4s that have to use this card.
Probably, I would hope so. And then, what I'm saying is that, like, I totally agree with what you're saying, because you can just ditch the grade 4. But then, the deck is inherently weaker because you had to ditch the grade 4.
Sure, but that's just bad luck that you drew it. That's your deck ratio, which is what you were saying.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm just saying, consistency was a lot easier when you had Stride Fodders and grade 4s weren't in the deck. Now, Gear Chronicle may not be as consistent of a powerhouse as it once was.
Novell was consistently strong and had to play grade 4s, and you had to ride them.
Yes, but also you had a little boy that let you search out your grade 3. You had a boy that searched out your boy that searched out your grade 3.
You don't think Gear Chronicle is going to make this easy for you?
Stop.
Never.
No. I refuse.
Gear Chronicle's going to make you do it the hard way.
So here we go. So first things first. So the product stream was on the 18th. All right. Well, first let's cover the news that nobody really cares about except Andrew. All right. So
you're not wrong.
Bermuda Anime is coming. Bermuda Triangle Anime with all new characters, correct? Look, man, don't look back at me like I know what Bermuda units are.
It's all new units, it looks like. Looks like it's not going to be related to the card game whatsoever. It's like they're just making an idle anime in the veins of Bang Dream and Love Live. So,
but with mermaids. Okay. All right, well, that's enough of that then. If it has nothing to do with the card game.
I don't even care about that.
The throwaway news.
So, now we're talking Season 2 of the manga, or the Season 2 of the anime, per se. That is based on the manga as well, which is called Psyqualia Zombie Arc. Will start in November, which I'm excited. And we are going to get nice... Wait, does that mean I'm going to get... Does that mean Shadows are going to get Dust Blaster Dragon again?
Gust Blaster?
Gust Blaster? Because I think he was in the anime, or in the manga. All right.
That's probably be better this time.
I mean... I still have vivid memories of the hotel room and getting 8 critted by Jorge and not being able to guard it.
That's Jorge.
So, November, we get an extra booster, which is the truth, the something of truth. The School of Truth.
School of Truth.
The answer of truth.
The answer of truth. Answer of truth.
The answer of truth. Which, granted, is thematically accurate to given the 3 clans, I would believe. Because one is education, the other one is like fortune telling. Kind of. Genesis and OTT, they're like literally like a stone throws apart. And then like Gear Chronicle is kind of like the truth of time, I guess.
Sure. Why not?
Ooh. And then so extra, so Genesis, Gear Chronicle, Great Nature, and then so it's important to know the Great Nature is going to be Excel. Gear Chronicle will be Force, as we talked about before, and Genesis will also be Force. So 2 Force clans, 1 Excel clan. Also in November, OTT gets a trial deck. Why?
OTT hasn't had a trial deck since that one at the very beginning.
Sakuya. It's going to be a Sakuya retreat. No, it's probably going to be Magus.
Yo, but what if it was Sakuya retreat?
What's it going to do?
I don't care.
Because it needs to be Megas, because I need them to have a sub-clan so all their other cards are pointless. And it has to go strictly to sub-clan.
But then what if Magus is even more powerful?
Stop. Also, wait, is that... What do I hear in the distance? Is that a muffled yay from Keith? Because he's getting a trial deck finally in November?
Narukami.
Well, in November...
Trial deck.
November in Japan.
Yeah.
So we'll probably get it in
January.
December, maybe January.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a good old Narukami, which will be Excel for some reason, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let me get through the whole the rigmarole here. December, we're gonna get a booster set with Royal Paladins, Oracle Think Tank. Why? Gold Paladins. I'm okay with this. Actually, here's the problem: is this is the set where I need everything.
Yeah,
this is the set where my entire wallet just cries, which is also really crappy because it's also I guess this will come out in February, but this comes out on my birthday in Japan, so my birthday is gonna be hyped because I'm getting all spoiled. Every day is gonna be a new card I need. I'm sweet. Anyways, Royal Paladins, Oracle Think Tank, Gold Paladins, Nubatama, Narukami. This is the
5 clan set.
I was about to say the return of the 5 clan set.
Please no. Please stop.
Andrew, you're gonna get one whole card in here.
Yeah, it's the return of those days.
Enjoy some pointless triple Rs.
Where you buy boxes to get the 1 triple R and the 1 double R and this 1 single R and the 4 commons they put in the set.
Yep. Yeah, what do you think they're gonna do with clans with boxes with 5 clans in them? Do you think you're gonna get 5 VRs?
I think so. At least, because in this one, the only new ones are Nubatama and Narukami, which Nubatama is the last Protect clan.
Sweet.
Which is sweet because then I'll have Nubatama, I'll have Gold Paladins, and I'll have both Deep Police and Royals, and I'll have one of each gift at least. Yeah, I'm excited for that set. That set should be kind of fun. Of course, I need to see how Gold Paladins play, but I'll be super hyped to see what Nubatamas and Narukami are up to. January in Japan, they'll be getting a trial deck of Link Joker, which is Force, which shocked the world.
Enjoy your deleters, boys. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. So. Sorry, I'm going to defer to Andrew here. He can have his deleters. I'll sit in the corner and wait for them to release Starvaders, which they'll have to do at some point.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will.
No, they will not.
Yes, they will. You think the fan base is going to sit idly by while they let deleters rule a clan that belongs to the clown? I don't believe that.
You're going to get Brant.deck.
Brant might be cool. I don't know.
Get out of here, kid.
Maybe Brant will be a cool card this time.
And the booster set that follows in January will be basically it's going to be AL4 again plus Link Joker. So it's Link Joker, Shadow Paladins, Dark Irregular, Spell Moon, Murakumo. So it's literally AL4 plus Ibuki.
This is why I have to build Dark Irregulars and Murakumo. That way I keep getting support.
And then in February, Andrew's happy again.
Yeah.
With Bermuda Triangle and extra deck Bermuda Triangle. So you get a trial deck and an extra deck.
It's in the winter. They'll be wearing clothes this time.
Unlikely.
This
time the Russian
It's
SP.
going to be Valentine's.
This time, Santa outfits.
No, it's going to be Valentine's Day outfits. You know it.
Oh, yeah. But does Japan celebrate?
They have White Day and a subsequent day.
They have Valentine's Day in February 14th, where the girls give chocolates to the guys. So
White Day is the guys give chocolates to the girls.
Yeah, so it fits.
Okay, I'll be down for it.
May
not really
this year, guys. I can't. Like I said, I say this every time we get a Bermuda reveal at all whatsoever. And I'll say it again when we get to what the SPs look like. I do not want Bermuda Triangle made cards, but I'm shocked. I tell you, shocked that they have not gone there yet. How?
It's really the last frontier. What's left?
It's the final frontier, except for what Andrew said, which is Valentine's Day, which is just going to be basically glorified lingerie. Enjoy that, fanboys.
There's also still Christmas outfits, so there's that too.
Yep.
But I don't think they do that. I think maids is such an obvious decision. Maid, you got to stretch to go to
they had wedding SPs, and I'm like, Japan, who are you? I don't even know you anymore.
2019, Bermuda Triangles. They just start pulling random holidays. Halloween.
I wouldn't put it past them, except for all wearing sheets.
St. Patrick's Day. Bermuda Triangle, the UN SPs. Each Bermuda Triangle. Riviera, the Swiss edition.
I'm just waiting for a disappointed looking Ange with Czechoslovakia or something.
What are you doing? What are you doing to me?
So yeah, so that's more or less with that by the end of February, every clan will have every clan, right?
Every clan.
No,
Yeah, every clan.
And with that, Vanguard will be in full swing next February in Japan. We will get to see what each clan can do and how the power ramps up. And with that being said, I think two discussions I want to open up here. One, obviously the Narukami and the Link Joker. Narukami being Excel shocked me, and Link Joker being Force basically told the world that it's going to be deleters. Did these things surprise you? Were you shocked at all? And I'm going to give it to Andrew first.
No, not at all. I mean, Link Joker being Force was something that totally shocked me. It shocked everybody, I think. Whereas we were totally expecting them to be Protect, but Force? To be fair, they are a sort of main character clan. The main character clans tend to get Force, but like, eh. But now coming being Excel was actually really cool because I was thinking, I was like, you could do things where your advantage engine is rearguards that attack multiple targets, right? So then not only do you like retire that way, but also you hit the Vanguard with pokes, and that solves a lot of the issues of like, well, you get more attacks, but what do you do with them? Well, you attack more things with them. That's kind of cool.
But then what do you do when you attack all the things? What do you do when the first swing is like when the first swing? What it was with the first swing? Oh, are you talking about maybe like pick two dudes and attack with each
pick
guy?
two dudes and attack them.
Okay. Then that way
like,
you.
And then like if you can't choose two, gain a critical.
Oh, okay. Because I was just thinking because what if the boss was just like swing at the whole board? I mean, if the rest of your dudes do that, then like what's the point? You've just killed his board. But I get it. So also don't forget power for open rearguard circles will probably be a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What about you? What about you, Ryan? Link Joker, not Kami.
Link Joker didn't surprise me at all. I mean, I was calling for it, if only to spite you. So I mean, I knew that. I mean, deleters are in the manga. CBD was not. If it were CBD, and there is a reasonable chance, I would have probably predicted Protect. But considering that, well, we don't know for sure it's deleters, but that's kind of what we've been led to believe. I think since it's probably deleters, Force was the gift for them. I mean, when you can take power away from your opponent, and that's your mechanic, you need power of your own to really push that advantage. And I didn't see Protect being how they were going to do that when it would just be like, hey, 22 at your 0, and you can't ever hit me back. That seems boring. But now that it's Force, you're like, now I can crush you because I can take all 12 to 13k of your power away and just punch you with 52. Enjoy. That made a lot more sense to me for deleters.
Also, and this is a very important distinguish to make, that deleters are inherently weaker. Like the mechanic of delete, assuming that's the route that they go, and if delete is any semblance involved in deleters, as we knew it up to this point, delete is a much less punishing mechanic than lock is. Lock is like so dead. Lock is Vanguard forever, and there was no coming back from it. Like lock was probably Bushi's original sin. Like it was. I mean, between like Dotate, MLB, and Lock, those are like their two original sins. But like Dotate and MLB, at least at the end of the day, you could just get rid of the clans, I guess. But like, which is what they did. But to me, like, man, Lock, dude, the era of Lock was stupid. Like, it was dumb.
Clan was so good.
Oh, it was. I mean, I loved it. But the thing is, like, there were so few clans few decks that could really just stand up to its raw power. It was actually just one.
They just had to print an answer in every clan to the mechanic, and that's not where you want to be in your design space.
That's the only way they could do it.
Everyone gets a counter now.
Or just rule shark the way out of it. Like yeah, I mean, technically the way. Why not? Yeah, it works.
Just pick it up. Just pick it back up again. It's just a card. Yeah, here it goes.
It's a card. You can do whatever you want with it. Yeah. We don't make the rules.
John Locke, freedom of property. Pick it up.
Just flip the card back over. I'm a rule book, not a cop.
No, like. So yeah, I mean, which is kind of sad because I probably won't be playing Link Joker now because I don't really like deleters that much, or delete as a mechanic. I'm hoping Nubatama with Protect means that dominates in the distance, because that mechanic was so cool, and I really don't think they should let it die. I think that's the real way Nubatama should be, like possession ninjas.
I think they're going to go back to Nubatama discard.
I think it's going to go back to
Yes, but think about it. But Jose, think about it this way: you're a Protect clan now. You win the game by outlasting your opponent. You do that by taking away all of their advantage whatsoever. They have nothing anymore. They can't play any cards. They can't get gifts anymore. And then you just push them over like a Protect clan is supposed to do. You either combo them out with something like DI or Grand Blue, or you slowly push them over like OTT.
Like, imagine specific discard restrictions, all right? Like, your opponent must discard a card. If she does not discard a Sentinel, they discard another card.
Ooh.
Or something like that, right?
There's a lot of ways you could do that, considering that there's a lot of ways to get cards into your hand now. And that so long as they keep it reasonable, considering that Standard is pretty much you have a few +1s, and some of your cards, or I would say a good majority of them, just kind of are net zeros. It's really important to have hand. And so if you can take that away from them, you will be a strong clan.
Yeah, but the problem is, like, I think that discard bind is inherent. I think it's stronger than dominate as a mechanic. That's why eventually they when the reason that they switched to dominate, in my personal opinion, and left the bind because any further beyond where they were, and they would have just broken it. Because like hand is the most valuable resource in Vanguard, bar none, without question. And when you start to fiddle with it, you could get another OTT situation where it's like, all right, we overbalanced them in the beginning. Now let's just let them scry all the time. What could happen? What's the worst that could happen?
And then they realize exactly why they overbalanced it.
Pick some crits. It breaks the game. Oh man, who could have foresaw this?
Oh.
But like exactly that face that Angie just made. But now like with the discard and binding, you could put yourself in a very similar situation. Which, from a person who wants to play Nubatama, yeah, sure, let's do it. But for game health, I'm saying like maybe dominate's the way to go here. But I think that you might be right, given that it is. It depends on whatever. Well, I don't know. I don't know when Nubatama was introduced in the manga. So if it was introduced in this time and it had the discard mechanic, then that's what we're going to get, and that'll just beat the end of that.
Weren't they like in the very first series? Because
in the anime, they were in set 1.
Yeah, they were in set 1.
Yeah, but they were not a complete. They were not a complete.
Right,
fan.
they only had like the 4 discard cards.
Yep.
Yeah,
and they got nothing else forever
until set
13.
Yep.
Which its stuff was pretty interesting. It just there was a bigger clown that cared.
But anyway, my thoughts on Narukami. I was hoping for Excel because they needed something interesting. I didn't want them to be a force and essentially a copy. And I thought Narukami Protect might be interesting, but I feel like Excel is just the way they should go. So I'm happy for them if they got that.
Depends what kind of cards we see. Excel does sort of push their card design in a certain direction compared to what a Protect clan would have given them. But like thematically,
a manly clan for a manly man.
Yeah, Excel probably fits more thematically for Narukami.
Considering it's Naoki's Narukami too.
That's true. That's true.
Just go face.
Always go face.
Everything goes face. Even when you're attacking rear guards, it still goes face.
Face is place. That'd be kind of interesting. I agree with that. That being said, so that's a big chunk of news. The next chunk of news is that winter 2018, hopefully we will finally get the game for mobile in Japan.
In Japan.
The spring, I think it's still slated for a spring 2019 release in the United States.
It's not happening.
But I think it will. I really do think it will. I mean, we're like on the... I think mobile was the venue they should have done it with to begin with. They should have never tried releasing it on PC. It should have been mobile to begin with. And I think they actually care this time.
Well, yeah, that was the big thing where it's like they really didn't care.
I think they thought of caring, and then they just decided they didn't care. I think. Well, they've made mobile games in the past, and they made Vanguard games on mobile devices in the past.
Yeah, like these are the people that made freaking like Love Live and Bang Dreams, so they know how to do it. But
yeah, so I think we're gonna get it. I think we're gonna get it in America, and I think I'm gonna make a bold prediction here, an incredibly bold prediction. I think that this mobile game will start with original set 1.
I'm inclined to agree based on the screenshots that are directly in front of us.
I would agree as well. It's similar to like Duel Links, where you simplify it down and start from the very beginning and then go through.
I will say two things. Give me standard or give me Dote. I want one of these two things.
No, you're gonna get set 1. You're gonna be running Goku or whatever his name is.
I will be in fact running and I will beat Face.
I will be back on Amaterasu again.
And Andrew will lose to me every game.
Every single time.
Every game.
And I'll be playing Alfred Beats because Alfred Beats.
You don't have enough cards for Alfred Beats. You have Alfred and that's it.
That's just have Alfred. I guess you have Blaster Blade too.
I mean, it's still Alfred Beats. What else would you call the deck at that point?
Alfred Beats was good because of set 5. You had Palamedes in set 3.
It's still an Alfred Beats deck. It just doesn't have Palamedes, man.
But you get Soul Saver before you get Alfred Beats.
Right.
Yeah, you might as well be playing Soul Saver with Barkle.
Well, Soul Saver didn't come out in set 1, did he?
Came out in set 2.
Set 2.
Yep.
With Blazing Flare Dragon. I mean,
we'll see what happens. I'm super hype. I think if there is a mobile game that comes out from Vanguard, man, if we three won't all play it a lot.
I want to play this thing. I'm hoping it's interesting enough to like stream it.
I hope that it's not like a cash grab like Duel Links.
I will be. There's no doubt that.
I'm hoping it's going to be more along the lines of Love Live and less along the lines of Duel Links.
I'm hoping it'll be like Pokemon TCGO a little bit. Like, please.
No, I'm telling you. I'm gonna be the guy right now. I'm gonna break both your guys' dreams. This thing, I guarantee you that they made. I think that what happened is they started on the PC game. They realized how hard it was, and they looked because I think around the time that was going on, Duel Links was like in announcement or like on the precipice of being released. They looked at that. They were like, "Huh, that's weird." Konami made a game where there's 6 zones, 3 in the front, 3 in the back. It's a lot like our game. Wait a minute. Let's just cancel this and we'll release it in mobile and give us more time to do it. And we'll get all the money because we'll just get all the money.
But they could have had all the money anyway.
But now they get all the money.
The mobile money this time.
The mobile money.
What's the difference?
Mobile money gets whales.
Onto mobile.
Oh, mobile games tend to get better. Mobile games work better for that kind of structure.
It's the same game.
No.
Hearthstone on the computer is the same as Hearthstone on my phone.
Right, but you want to bet how much more popular Hearthstone got when it switched to mobile?
Oh, it got tons. That's when I started playing it. You're right, but it's the same game. Why did?
I don't know. I think we lost him.
I think
in sheer frustration, he broke his internet.
He got so angry. He's like, "Oh!"
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes. You're back.
Yes. Well, if you saw my frustrated cancel everything, then you pretty much got the whole message.
No.
Like, Bushy, are you drunk again? Like, you could have had this game out for like 2 years now, been collecting revenue, and like, oh, mobile version, come on in.
Well, I think that honestly, I think the other half of that problem is that like they just didn't have it ready. Like they just didn't.
Like, how did you make a game for the Nintendo 3DS and you couldn't make one on PC?
Well, I remember Nate and I looked into it, and the company that like they had hired to make that game was not the same one that they've got making the game now. Because like the game that they have now is the same people who made Bang Dream and the other one, Love Live.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, they've contracted the new company out.
So I think we got good things there. That being said, we already talked about we already talked about the answer to truth. So I'm gonna skip that part. We're jumping straight in to hashtag Ask Absolutions. It's time to get their questions in.
Straight in.
Well, I mean, their topic was news.
Yeah, we delved. There was a lot of news to cover.
There was so much news.
It was.
It's very important. Oh, also, I guess the last thing to cover is that the set's been delayed.
Rip.
Sorry.
Rip. We've been delayed to October 19th.
I am so okay with that, though.
I'm so okay with that. For once, we have a stable field in Atlanta. We can actually put together all the matchup data without proxying or playing CFA. That
about 2 weeks in advance. It's great stuff.
Yes.
It's a gift. It truly is a gift.
It is a gift.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or Toronto.
I'm excited. I'll be
Or
playing
Toronto, indeed. But we've been taking that brunt forever. Let's be real
seriously.
about
Like
that.
every Atlanta has always been on the precipice of a weekend
Release
release.
date.
Of a like massive meta bombing set. Like GBT 14, weekend of. BT 13 was it
Weekend
of.
13. I built CBD 48 hours before that tournament.
There were some others too. There were some big ones.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag Ask Absolution. Whoa, hold on. What do you guys think of the price? This is for Ryan. What do you guys think of the prices for the Champion of Asia Circuit pre-release?
Is Ideal up? No, they haven't. If they done pre-orders, they must have. What do these clan splits look like? I will answer your question, sir. Come back to me.
In the meantime, what do you think is the best version of Nova Grapplers in Standard? Honestly, it's just Perfect Riser. I mean, it's Perfect Riser with heroes and risers. That's. I mean, I've seen some interesting brews with the trigger ratios, but aside from that, what did you say? Did you say something more?
Don't worry about me.
Oh. And so because none of the clans in Answer of Truth aren't in the manga, is there a possible mini arc of Aichi playing in the Asia circuit? I could see that happening.
Maybe
actually.
like a filler arc kind of thing.
Yeah, I could see. I mean, because it's true because they need to introduce those three clans in some way.
Yeah, some way, shape, or form.
And I think there was something about how in the manga he does go to the Asia circuit and plays in the Asia circuit. So I don't know.
Answer to what do I think of the prices for Champions of the Asia circuit? Currently, they are 163 for Aqua Force, includes everything. D Police 155 and Grand Blue 150. I mean, that's not bad. That's pretty okay, honestly. Nothing's terribly expensive. I was kind of worried about the Maelstrom people, but then again, it's just Maelstrom carrying the cost. If you want the rest of the clan, it's pennies. Just go play the Naval Gazer version. Don't bother with Maelstrom. Ed's probably in this chat, but the pressure of Maelstrom, I'm like, no. Give me a card that does things, Ed.
I
That's
mean,
what
like,
I want.
I was
After seeing Golden Beast Tamer, you'll never tell me that Maelstrom's a good card ever again.
I mean, I was playing Maelstrom. It's a really fun deck to play. I'm having a lot of fun like sequencing attacks and be like, attack here, attack here, attack here. I'm trying to hit here and try to hit here.
And
it's not a
Andrew-
good deck though.
Yeah, there you go.
I was going to say, if your sentence starts with, it's a really fun deck to play, and isn't immediately followed up with, and it's also destructive, then
it's garbage.
Yeah. See, notice how when I was talking about DI, I'm like, oh yeah, this is a good deck, and it'll be fun to play. Like, fun to play is secondary, all right? It is going to be a good... I need it to be good. I need this deck to be good.
Like Dominate before, the newer stuff was fun to play, but really hard to win with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's a question. Hashtag Ask Absolution. Honest verdict about V Aquaforce. Build the $40 version and play it for fun. I mean, that deck is okay.
Yeah, build the Naval Gazer version.
Do that.
What do you feel about? Well, we already talked about that. Team Miracle Trigger. We talked about Gear Chronicle being introduced. We think that it's going to be fine, and that I honestly think that the community's in typical Vanguard community fashion, has whoa, or the Andrew earlier faced up.
Will grade 4s be a Gear Chronicle exclusive direction? Probably not. Will everyone get them? Also no. You're leaning toward it being Gear Chronicle Identity. We'll see about Novell. Novell could be a grade 3. I'm thinking they'll probably keep it a grade 4 just because that's how Novell has always been. Or grade 3s with continuous grade +1. I do not want that, specifically because if they give grade 4s gifts of any variety, that clan will be insanely stupid. Like,
Yes.
The clan would have to be so boring otherwise to justify getting 3 10k permanent plus, gifts on its board each time you use that effect. Like, the deck would be so vanilla that you would only play it for its strength, and we don't want our decks to be not fun to play. Vanguard's really fun right now. Don't take fun and make it unfun.
How do you do that?
How do you
Like 2 gifts a turn? Lots of stuff can do that. DI can do that. Dimension Police can do that. There are a good few others that can do that too, I think. There are a few of them that can rewrite grade 3s, and that's okay. That's an okay skill to have. You lose power somewhere else, but it's not all bad, It's usually just to make up for what it costs, and it costs that way to make up for what you're gaining. 3 gifts are going to make this so vanilla. It's going to be real boring. I would recommend not hoping for that and hoping for actual grade 4s that just do some kind of cheapish utility thing just so you can have the triple drive. And yeah, that.
I agree with that.
Pretty much it.
Would Shadows still be a good idea to hold on to, given that another set is guaranteed in the future to make the deck better, assuming PPD doesn't? Here is the problem. The answer is yes and no, but you better pick wisely what to keep and what not to, because that's the thing is because I've been sitting here with my Royal deck, thinking about SPing out the Alfreds because those Alfreds look really sexy. The SVR Alfred looks really clean. But at the same time, I'm waiting to see what Exclamplate does in the mini booster, because what if he instantly replaces Alfred in some form or fashion? And now everything that I've invested in is I got to put back out in the wild, and no one's going to want it, and that's stupid. So
Cries in SVR Waterfall.
Hey, those are still good, though.
If you're planning on building Shadows because you want to play Shadows, then yes, they're worth holding on to. But don't be the guy who's starting with the speculation by buying into Shadows in the hope that they'll be broken the second set they get released. Because there's a reason.
Your cards will be helpful in that. You'll have to replace them.
Exactly. Unless they're the few key essential cards that are needed. Blaster Dark probably isn't going out of vogue anytime soon, so he's a pretty solid choice to keep if you get him
in your $20 trial deck.
Yeah, in your $20 trial deck. But everybody else, maybe Matcha, maybe. But the thing is, who knows? Because if they're not good now, but granted, this total assumption, we still don't know what PBD does, and this is the 8th week I've said that. We still don't know what PBD does. I'll probably maybe even say it next week when the set's out.
We still don't know. Every PBD has black electrical tape. We have no idea.
I think the Asia and the West is playing a joke on us. It's a huge secret. But what I will say is if the deck isn't good, it's not good for a reason, and that means to fix it, you're gonna need new stuff, and new stuff has to be erasing the old stuff. So is it worth keeping the old stuff? Not really, but it really depends on what you're going to do with Shadows. And to the point, it depends if Shadows are going to be good to begin with.
It's just you're gambling the same way that old Vanguard is. If you want to play it, get it. If you don't want it, don't try to invest in Vanguard. You're going to get burned.
That's the thing. Is I still have Royals, but because I'm a Royal player, I don't think that they're good right now. I think that they're mediocre at best. But the thing is, what am I gonna do? Sell them for $60 to somebody? No, I'd rather just keep them and hope for the best. Oh my God! This man spoke about if the next Royal support has Daigo and Sanctuary Guard back.
No.
My body.
No.
My body.
No.
My body.
No. I mean, Jose's going to buy it immediately, but no.
Well, no, I'm actually hoping for more Aichi stuff. I mean, I love Aichi. I like Aichi. Aichi's a cool guy. So, I like Alfred. I like all of his bosses I enjoy. Gancelot, Alfred. I'm hoping for a Gancelot in Season 2. But I don't think I'll get it. Maybe a better Alfred. I don't know. Escalate the Blaster, MLB. Lots of options out there.
You're not gonna get MLB. Well, we might get MLB.
Only, dude, if we get MLB, the amount of hate that Ryan is going to have, he's gonna be like, "Where's my Dote?"
Just get right over Dote. We're like, nope, into Novell. No more Dote. Just skipping that. Get that out of here.
Dote.
There's
Oh my
also
God.
like there's a rumor that I heard that at some point in the manga, Legion does make its return.
I also heard that and was looking for proof so we could talk about it.
I've not heard of that.
I've seen some screens about it, or some screens from the manga where like the Great is there. So Legion in the future, one can only dream because Legion was the best.
No, Jose, we have to make an entirely separate video about it and say nothing of value. You know what these Vanguard players like.
That's right. I got to pull up that one screen and dissect it like it's fact. You see this image? This is the Great, and he's got the other boy. Legion confirmed 2019.
But is he wrong?
So, that being said, I think it's time to wrap things up. I want to thank you guys for watching in typical fashion. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button below. Please hit a comment on the... Please don't be afraid to comment if you're watching the archive. And this is my boy Ryan, my boy Andrew, and the captain signing off. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Later.